Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 22nd going to the 28th, so this week. Alright, you guys are probably going to have two readings this week because I am late with the air signs. Alright, but I'm here, so let's see what's going on for Gemini, please, for this week. For Gemini, please. Thank you. I'll just take the one that's facing up at me. Wow, lots to do with balance. Okay, Gemini, you could be dealing with like Libran energy, or it could be anything to do with like legal situations, or again, you're just trying to bring balance into your life. It's very clear that there's three cards here, all speaking about balance, as you can see. With the very annoying ring light in the way, but I hope you guys can still notice it. Alright, let me just have a little look at this first. Okay, so you guys, it seems like you are doing a little bit of recreating yourself. I kind of feel like you're in this position. This was the first oracle card that came up for you here, Gemini, and to be fair, is a card of being very honest with yourself, being very frank, being very logical being very logical when it comes down to the things that you have around you, the things that you may be doing, the kind of routines that you may have, because you do have the Six of Pentacles here. This could also be because of health, that you're having to kind of look at your choices now and having to look at your options here. The To Be Fair card is really about making choices that are healthy for you, things that are right for you. As you can see, as we get closer up to this card, we have this. On this scale, we have this fortune cookie, which says nope, which does reflect another card in this deck, which is saying not for you. So things that are not for you, things that are not giving you the right things, things that are not leading you towards the things that you want to be led to. And then we have a pearl on the other one. So things of value in comparison to, yeah, basically you're just, you know what I'm saying. You guys, oh, whoa, Gemini, sorry. I kind of feel like I'm a little bit out of it today with when I'm speaking. But anyway, I'm bouncing back here. So this is just kind of weighing up your options, weighing up whether something is right for you or whether it's not. Okay, and maybe there is a few things that we need to let go of. This could be habits. This can be certain ways of being, you know, all traits, all behaviors, certain people that we may have around us. Okay, is this job really for me? Does it give me the right kind of feelings? We usually reach this kind of decision making when we've kind of had enough with our certain situation or the way that life has been going. So I like this energy. You seem to be in this active energy as much as we have balance here, which is also about taking a break with the Temperance card, taking that pit stop, making sure that you're balanced before you carry on. Maybe that's just what you're doing. You guys could be in between a certain stage of where you've just had to deal with a lot of stuff. Now you're really looking at where you want to go moving forward. But it does come with some changes. There is a need to balance things, to be very honest about what you can bring with you into this next stage of your life, or this new chapter, whether it's moving home. It may mean that you may need to let go of some stuff, whether it is, you know, you're wanting a new healthy way of being. Okay, that means we need to let go of certain ways, eating habits or certain things that we are doing on a daily basis. So swapping some things around. Instead of screen time, we could be doing some lunches. But anyway, it is about being very honest with yourself. So I do like that energy. We then have regeneration. By the way, use your intuition. There are some things that you may find, Gemini, that you feel like you should do something like, maybe I should eat, you know, more of this certain food. Listen to your gut instinct when it's giving you these random cues, because it's telling you something for a reason. So pay attention to that. The next card that we have is regeneration, very Scorpio energy here for you, Gemini, but it's all about recreation. I kind of see this as you needing to move away from certain situations that, again, are not for you. This does mean that, yeah, I'm kind of still getting those hints that you have come from a very like toxic environment or a toxic whatever this is. As you can see, You are represented as this tree here, Gemini. You are wrapped with this blue ribbon, which to me represents protection. You are an old soul. You know, you are protected by the universe, as you can see. It's almost like the light is trying to pull this tree out of this kind of darkness and something that is starting to contaminate the tree, because the tree's roots suck up everything in its environment. As you can see, the environment is getting a little bit toxic here, a little bit not good, right? It's not good for you. So there is something that you are having to pull away from, and it's hard because, as you can see, this tree is rooted into this. So this could be subconscious beliefs, this can be subconscious things that you've done for a very long time, places that you've been in for a very long time. You may have to make a very big change about your environment here, or what you're exposing yourself to, or what you're feeding yourself. Again, like, there is some emphasis with that. But the good thing is, 4 and a 6, this is kind of a good change. This is taking you out of bad things, or bad things. I'll say these are things that are not aligned to the person that you want to become. So whether that's certain friendships that are always criticizing, you know, like, I'm giving a lot of examples, but just so that you guys can be aware that this can really represent a lot of different situations. And I'm going to use the tarot to see in a second what this might be. But I am picking up a lot on health. That is coming up for a lot of you. So with that being said, after this weighing up our options and changing and transforming ourselves, we then have co-create, which represents the fact that you guys are going to be in this very open space to really create the life you want to live. This is like an aligned energy of you being in alignment with the universe. I love whenever the eggs come up in this oracle deck, because it represents you creating something in the near future. So as much as you are changing now, and we do still have this energy of the owl here, so don't worry, you are very divinely protected. Even on the bottom of the deck, you do have deep knowing with a lovely owl sitting there too. So again, that deep knowing is also an emphasis on the fact that you may have actually felt that you needed to make this change for a while. But now is a time of where you've got that gut instinct. Now you're ready to take action on it. As you can see, the moon in the background is usually that intuition, and this Mars energy, this reddish planet here is, I don't know what it is, but to me it always represents Mars, is about action. Now we're taking action on what we know deep down, and it is taking you somewhere, is taking you into this co-create energy, feeling more connected with the universe, but actually in a way that you're able to manifest very quickly. This cheetah energy is always really about you know, motivation and ambition. This kind of reminds me of the card that would come just before another card in this deck, which is go the distance, where it's this cheetah running and achieving those goals. So this is you kind of planning and prepping with the universe. So pay attention to the words that you're speaking into existence. I do see that that is probably a thing that's changing also. But as you can see, you're actually creating this little egg into yourself. So it's something that is directly aligned to you. Now that you've changed, there is something that is about to happen and about to be birthed into your life, brought to your life, that is now in alignment to you. So maybe this goal is the same, but now you're actually in alignment to the goal. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe the goal is now aligned to you, and that's what's changing. So it's all good stuff, and it is a nice progression going from making the decision, weighing things up, okay, being very honest with yourself about the truth. And sometimes that's all we need, is actually, okay, this is really not good for me, so I'm gonna have to get rid of it. And it does feel like that's just something that is the something that helps you completely change and transform. Temperance is actually a very lovely card to have when we have such a strong regeneration card coming through, because this is just kind of giving you a little bit of a heads up, saying that it's okay if it takes time. With temperance, usually it's this angel kind of balancing the elements. It is a card for me about a pit stop. Sometimes the best thing that we can do, even when we want to run towards the goal and feel like we have all this energy, and if I just keep going, I'll get there at some point. Absolutely. But you do risk burnout. You do risk kind of running out of fuel a little bit before. So when there is a chance to take a break, make sure you do take it. Make sure that we understand that there is a need for balance. There is some excitement coming in. So this is probably why I'm having to say this, is because there is this new beautiful energy where we just want to run, we just want to do it. Absolutely. The momentum is going to take you someplace. But when you need to take a break, don't just push that away, because the temperance card is a pit stop for me. So make sure you are balancing. Make sure you're checking in with yourself and your emotions. Don't put them all the way aside, because otherwise, they might come and block your way and create a challenge later down the line. So make sure we're addressing things as they come up. Make sure we're trusting our gut instinct when it's saying that we need a rest, when we're saying we need certain things. All right, go with your body, because I really feel like, Gemini, you're really connected at this time to yourself. You're going to really, really know. Your intuition is very heightened at this time. Six of Pentacles, this is a card of health, but it could also be about your career. So for some of you, this could definitely be to do with that. Again, it is another card of balance, making sure that we're paying attention to what we're giving into. As you can see, like, small little things can equate to a big one. So sometimes it's this energy that's coming through. Sorry, like, it's backwards to be on the screen, so I'm really trying to understand what I'm looking at here. But, small steps can equal the same as a big. Oh my God, Gemini. Small steps can be just the same as a very big one in one go. So just make sure that we understand that it doesn't matter what progress is looking like, as long as you're making progress. It's very important. Yeah, Six of Pentacles usually is a person who's giving to two things, and is kind of giving more to one because it can tell that the other one's kind of taking. It's not so good to give to, if that makes sense. There is a bit of more of a story behind it, but so I don't bore you any longer, Gemini. All right. You have the Eight of Swords, so it is kind of bringing up a little bit of a blockage here. Can we clarify what this Eight of Swords is? Seven of Cups, maybe there's a little bit of, confusion in your world, like a lot of options. Maybe, you feel like there is just so much to do that this can become quite paralyzing at times. You do also have that Ten of Wands, and underneath that you do have the Devil. So just pay attention to this. This can sometimes be that little voice in your head that's telling you that you're not good enough or you're not doing enough, even when you clearly are. And then it starts criticizing when you are doing too much, that, oh, like, look at you, like, you're struggling. You shouldn't be struggling with this. Pay attention to that voice inside you and really try to understand, where is that coming from? Like, is this something that, was spoken to you before? Whose voice is that? Is this someone who has a negative influence on you? Because again, I feel like this is also a part. This may be coming up and more present so that you can look at it truthfully. Like that To Be Fair card. It's really being very honest with yourself, really being very analytical with yourself, because this energy is not good. The Devil is something, when we're working super, super hard out of desperation rather than out of, excitement for what's to come. It's really because of you're scared about going backwards, which all of us will be from time to time, especially if you've come from a very difficult background. But this can kind of always have this devil looming, whereas we can really look at it in a different perspective, make the same kind of progress, but have such a different outlook to life. And this can be quite, troubling from time to time. This is not a very nice voice in your mind, or not very good conditioning, or not very good belief system here with the Devil. It's something that's keeping you chained, stuck, trapped. All right, but the Ten of Wands is, we are able to release that. It is easier said than done, absolutely, and it does require practice and patience with that Temperance card. But really what we have to do is just cut it short. As soon as we hear it, as soon as we acknowledge it, look at it from a higher perspective, because now that we're able to observe that negative thought, we're able to actually look at it and go, actually, like, where is this coming from? I know that this is not exactly me. I know I wouldn't speak to myself like that. And how can you replace that with something more positive? And every time it happens, of course, it's never going to be perfect every time. But just go easy on yourself, Gemini, because that you are dealing with very big things. And I do see a lot of success coming in, because you do have the Six of Wands. Victory, freedom. Like, I just get this beautiful energy of success. And not just that, it's just you're going to feel much lighter, much more free. The Six of Wands is really good for those of you who want to be in the spotlight, or want to be very like, I'm saying, like, for some of you maybe presenters, or just wanting to present yourself in a certain way. Six of Wands is all about confidence. It's that fiery energy, so it is very lovely. And for those of you who have been wanting that fiery energy, wanting that energy in general, because that's what Wands can represent, wanting that momentum, motivation, and passion, you were once, or maybe still a little bit in this energy, you are going to be able to tell where you are and whether that relates to you. But this, as you can see, there is the wands here, which should be passion, but it's kind of like a complete burnout here with all these wands on her back here and the devil. So it's kind of like it becomes, it's this burnout, it's being tired, feeling, you know, really overwhelmed by everything. So what's happening is you're going to become a lot more free by making sure you're paying attention to what is going on. Definitely a bit of a life review, and whenever the To Be Fair card comes up, it is a life review card for me. That's always how I read it, because it's really about looking at everything, absolutely everything. Like, where do I need to improve, and what do I need to release, and you know, what's actually hindering me rather than helping me grow. Like, this is really going to show you a lot of result in your life. So I have no like doubt that you are going to be very successful, because you're looking at the right things and you're going to the roots. As you can see, you're going to the root, you're changing a lot of deep things, which is very, very good for you. But we do have this bit of a blockage, so just pay attention to the Seven of Cups with the Eight of Swords. Can be a bit about having too many options or too many things up in your head. Maybe you're having a little bit of fear when making certain choices. You might be very scared about releasing certain things or choosing certain things to have in your life because of some overthinking. Eight of Swords is really when we actually look at something and have that confidence in yourself to make the right decisions. Even if it's the wrong decision, when you see it's the wrong decision, you can always change it. But sometimes this Eight of Swords is like, it's the end of the world if I do that, you know, like, and then I would, yeah. It's kind of saying that things are a little bit easier if we actually just look at it. If we're present in the moment rather than up in our head, which Gemini, I'm a Virgo, so we're both ruled by Mercury. That is a planet of a lot of communication, a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. And it does cause you to think a lot. It can make you very intelligent, but it can also make you, you know, your brain also be a little bit of a curse more than a blessing, you know, or it balances itself out from time to time. So just pay attention to this. You may be up in your head a little bit more when these changes happen, but it's just kind of saying just to ground yourself, be very present, really look around you and just make choices. And it's okay to trial and error. It's absolutely fine to do that, but you might be giving too much importance on maybe perfectionism. Maybe, you know, you have to do it right the first time, or it could be that devil energy that's trying to make you feel guilty for certain things. Let yourself be free. You know, address that devil voice in your head, whatever that may be, like that negative influence, address it. And I kind of feel like you're going to feel more free to make certain decisions. Yeah, Six of Swords moving forward is all about moving away from chaos, moving away from hardships and conflict here, and being able to move towards something a lot better. So I just want to say this is a journey, which is really important to think about, Gemini. Because as much as we want to be at a destination, I kind of see that you're in the middle of something, which is a good thing because you've moved away from the worst of it. Now you're moving into some really, really amazing things, but it is a journey. Usually in this card, there is just a little boat here and people who are going towards calmer waters, okay, who's going to new lands. So you are going to new experiences, complete new chapter for you, and maybe some people that you are around. There's a new you coming through here. But it is requiring a lot of patience, a lot of groundedness. So make sure you are tapping into nature from time to time. Make sure you are going on walks or doing whatever you like to do. It helps you feel a bit more connected. We have happiness coming through. We have quite a few cards, but this is the only one that was facing up. Now, this is a beautiful card to have. This says, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. We have these beautiful dolphins here. So there's this freeing energy coming through for you. All right, let's get some tea leaf tarot for you, Gemini. All right, I will pick that up. We've got the barrel. One more, please. Okay, it's quite a few. Let me grab this other one. So the first one you had is you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So that's probably where this energy is coming from, that you've decided to make some decisions, which is a good thing. You've already started, basically. You have grapes, time to go out and have fun, which is good. This is about living in the moment. We have new job and career, and that came through with the reconciliation. These can be separate messages or they can come as one. So maybe you're going back to an old job, or maybe you're getting an offer from your old job, but it's up to you whether you want to accept or not. But for some of you, there may be some reconciliation coming up, and also a new job and career. You have a vine, seek out information that will help you. Okay, so a time for research, a time to looking into things. We have key, successful outcome to your problems, and we have haystack, which is all about karma. You will reap what you have sown. Alrighty, so some really good things coming through there. And I do see you fixing some problems. That's what is the main message for you guys this week. You're just taking a good amount of time to do it, and being balanced whilst you're doing it. Alrighty. Well, Gemini, I love you guys. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you guys next time. If you like the reading, let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.